So, good evening, all. I am Avishkar Bhapkar from 10th SSC of Acharya Academy. Today, I am with you all for the Teachers' Day. I am here to tell an interesting topic, which is our universe. How was our universe formed, and what will be the universe end? So, let's begin. The points are the Big Bang. What is Big Bang? How our solar system and the Earth was formed, and what will be the end as per the theories of the scientists given. So let's begin. As we all know, our Earth and the planet was being existence in over the 3.6 billion years ago. So what is Big Bang? Is anyone knowing about Big Bang, or in short? Yes.
Was an explosion that formed the universe.
Okay. So as I start, first I will all confirm the misconceptions about the science related to the space. First of all, the Big Bang is not an explosion. It's a expansion. In year 1967, accidental. Just a second, I will on video so you will get a better understanding. As you can see, the house and the mountains are there. The sky is blinking. It's an radiation. What? Cosmic background radiation. It was discovered in 1964 by a scientist. It was an accidental. This cosmic background radiation gives a powerful evidence about the Big Bang theory. When the point size matter known as the his boson, its name on the particle of name on the scientist who has discovered it. The when The scientist Edward was observing the space, he determined that the space is expanding and the objects are being going away and away. That was a conclusion that he made with all us. Is, as we know, Big Bang is an expansion, not a explosion. As we here, the yellow ball like structure is the particle known as Higgs boson. The entire part which is not in the particle is known as nothingness. Nothingness is an word which is given before the space. What was before the space? So the universe was expanding in itself, and the space began, and all the life was beginning. In this era, all the particles started to form. First, there was the formation of qua- uh, go, there was formation of quarks. What are the quarks? As we all know, quarks are the particles who made the protons and electrons. So the protons and electrons are origin from the quarks. In this time period, the matter and antimatter war was there. Antimatter is not now because the war was won by the matter. For each and every matter, there was made a single antimatter. Means to destroy 1 billion matters, there was a single antimatter which was created. By this, along the times, many forces took the birth, such as gravitational force, weak nuclear, strong nuclear force, and electromagnetic force, which contributed a lot to forming our universe. By this time, all the particles starting collapsing on each other. These are the quarks, and the quarks are made from the quarks form protons and electrons. These are the protons and electrons which together form a atom. This atom get and constantly stable, and the first element was formed was then hydrogen. When the hydrogen element was formed, there was nothing than the hydrogen, only the forces, gravity, and the time exists. The scientists are still finding how was the time, and what was before the time. So no one can explain, and no one will explain what was before time. So it's a difficult question. So all the hydrogen particles came with together and became a molecule of a hydrogen. By this, a big ball-like structure was formed. So I'm telling about this, how was hydrogen formed. But if we imagine how much speed it was to form all this all was formed in a second. In 1 second of time, all the particles, quarks, and the electrons and protons were formed in just a second. So imagine how fast process and vast process it will be. And up till now, the universe is expanded to the billions of the kilometer in the diameter. First of all, the Big Bang. Before Big Bang, the the Higgs boson particle was of size of football. Now it's have begun millions of kilometer and billions of kilometer in diameter. And this helium, as we all know, helium is a very flame. It's a gas. As the universe got expanded, so the gas cooled down and clumped with each other. This causes the particles get attracted towards each other, and the gravity put great pressure by which stars and galaxies began. By this, there was a birth of the new galaxies and the stars. As the stars, when the stars gets explode, the dust goes away from each other and form a cluster of we known as a nebula. Nebula is an cluster of clouds which are being consist of particles, dust, and etc., from which the galaxies, planets, asteroids, and suns can be formed. So this was what all our universe began. So just I want to ask a question. Do you all know gravity? What is gravity? Yes. Anyone? As you may listen this word gravity.
Yes.
Can you imagine or tell in short what is gravity? Okay. The gravity is a force which attracts two or more objects in universe. For example, as you are sitting and watching my lecture, your mobile or laptop have a force. It is attracted towards each other, but it is so small that you cannot identify. It's in 10 raised to minus more than 100, sorry, more than 19 or 20. As you will go in higher class, you will know how it is so less and why it's not directly attracted. As our second topic is the formation of solar system and earth. So anyone can tell me how long it was the time when our universe was formed from today? Okay, it was 4.6 billion years ago from today. Our universe was formed. Universe was an our our solar system was formed by an explosion of supernova. Supernova, I will tell, supernova is the stage of star when the star is going to die. When the star dies, it explodes and waves are created in the universe. That's may call as a gravitational waves. That waves that waves collected the gas, the dust particles, and form a nebula. Yes, I have tell the nebula is an collection of the gas and dust by which planets, suns, and all are formed. So when the shock waves created all the shock waves collected all the particles and the dust in the center by but some particles were moving aside from the where they were collected because the waves were too strong that they've fallen the particles away from each other. But our gravity attract all the particles and the dust and make a denser a denser planet which we known as a Mercury today. But the Mercury was not yet discovered formed. First, the sun was formed. How the sun was formed? The hydrogen gas, as I have tell in the Big Bang, the hydrogen gas clumped. Sir,
Yes.
someone's mic is on.
Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Uh, the hydrogen gas.
Can you
got,
on video?
Sir, I have on the video. Just a second.
दिसत नाहीये व्हिडिओ.
Can now?
Yes, very good, very good.
Yes, thank you. Then the hydrogen gas get clumped inside, and the particles began to collapse in each other, by which an fusion reaction takes place, and then there was a formation of a baby sun. As so, I will show the video. See, 4.6. It's an approximate, not a perfect. So there was we can see the sun is in the center, and while all the dust particles are in its revolving around it because of the gravity and the centrifugal force. Then the next, there were all the gases and particles clumped and make a ball like structure, by which we today can see the planets. This is our Earth, which was in the stage of formation. It was like a hot and magma block of a ball. Many millions of years, the lava flowed on the Earth's surface, by which the sulfuric acid rain, first sulfuric acid rain was formed. The mantle and the core exert pressure on each other, by which the crust began to become cold than the mantle and the core. So we can walk easily now on the earth because of the cold surface. Otherwise, we can't imagine also what was, as our friend, planet friend Venus, if we see, it's very hot, that if the human place a foot on it, it will directly in the flames of fire, as the bone will also will decompose in it. Also, our Earth's electromagnetic field protects us from the sun's dangerous ultraviolet rays and the super flames. So it was a video, animated video. The particles, yes, the particles which were revolving around the Earth, then they together come because of the Earth's gravity and form our moon today, which we called as the natural satellite of our Earth. So this was how our solar system and Earth was created. Next, we are to the end, how our universe will end. There are many theories, but most approved theory up till now is the big freeze theory or the big hit theory. There are three parts, but I have taken only two, as the third is then quantum physics, so it may go bouncer from your head, so I am not taken. What is in this first, the big freeze or the big hit? When let's consider two objects in universe. They are connected with a string that we can see here with a white string. Just imagine it's a gravity. The white string is the gravity, and the string which are aside pulling from them each other are the dark energy. At last, I will tell what is the dark energy. Just consider that the dark energy pulls objects from each other. As the Albert Einstein theory of relativity, as E is equal to mc square, was very helpful for finding this theory. But we need more practical and more powerful theory to go to tell this theory is an truth, or this will happen. So this will be an prediction how will our universe end. So the dark energy is pulling objects from each other. If the dark energy will be more than the earth than the gravitational force, then the all the objects, as you can see, this will, let's consider this is the sun and the planets are revolving around it. The planets may get uh, as the gravity pulls each other, but the dark energy pulls the object away from each other. The planets may go away from each other. This may cause the heat may not reach to the planet, and the planet will be unstable, and this unstableness will cause the planet to be not in existence. As some force or the some as let's take in our daily life, as we need a person who shows a pathway for us, and we in same the universe, the sun is keeping all the planets in the stable position. But if the dark energy will move all the objects, there will be no proper stability, and this may cause there will be no any planet more. This is the first theory. What is the second theory? As if there will be more I mean, there will be existence of gravity, but let's consider gravity is very in point percentage, and the dark energy is more than the gravity. This time the string which were in the middle were break or to force that the objects may go away from each other with a tremendous speed, and this may cause the planet may be burst. So if the planets burst, though it will form anew, but dark energy will not let them to form by the particles of the dust. So we are at the end of the lecture. So these are the main points. As in Big Bang, I said Higgs boson. The Higgs boson is a fundamental particle. It's an quantum physics is necessary to understand this Higgs boson. But let me explain in short that Higgs boson is a fundamental particle which gives mass to each fundamental particle, such as electrons and quarks. You may think, what is quarks? Quarks is a subatomic particle. Subatomic means, anyone know what is the meaning of subatomic? Just by its that word, anyone can define what is subatomic? Okay, the subatomic particles are the particles which are smaller than the atom, or which are in the atom. In atoms, there are three particles, the subatomic particles: the protons, neutrons, and the electrons. The quarks, uh, the protons and electrons and the histons are made from the quarks. The pair of quarks makes the electrons and the protons. Then the supernova. As supernova, where we see the supernova? Anyone we can tell? The supernova explosion, in which part we see in uh, Big Bang, or in our formation of Earth or solar system? Supernova is a massive explosion which we cannot imagine. It's a tremendous massive explosion. If let's consider there is supernova explosion, and some million kilometers away there is a planet or planet. These supernova explosion waves will make the planet be distributed in the small particles, very small particle. That is the power of the supernova. So supernova is the dying 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 stage of the sun. So next is the dark energy. Dark energy, if anyone in the field of science, if listen a dark energy, dark matter, or dark energy flow, get that point, that dark, if the dark word is came before, then it is undefined, it is not defined fully. As dark energy, only scientists also didn't know a percent of what is dark energy. So, but we can, by its work, we can define it that this energy makes the objects go away from each other, or makes go away to each other, while the gravity pulls the objects towards each other. Don't confuse in dark energy and gravity. Dark energy pulls the objects away from each other, and gravity pulls the object near to each other. So anyone have doubt in this session? Just this part, not any science or the space problem. Just you watch videos on YouTube, or you watch or listen, or books you read. If any problem, I may tell in short if I know about that. Yes, anyone? Yes, anything not understood from this topic or from
Guys,
science?
student, or you have any problem, please ask him. He can tell you. Please.
Just to be free, don't take its weirdness or anything. Just freely ask. Don't be on this point only. Any space related problem or anything science related problem? No one have? Okay, so
Okay, very good.
so thank you for being in my lecture and listening me. And once again, happy Teachers Day to all the teachers. We are for being a day, and to my all senior teachers. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very good. Avishkar, make me host. Avishkar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.